Hello everyone, that's Tech Kid here, and in this video I am going to be paying my respects to LG. This is going to be my LG story. For those that may not be aware, LG just left the phone business. It may not seem like a big deal to the average person, but for us tech nerds, tech enthusiasts, all us people, it's a big deal. Now, the reason it's a big deal is because we lose a competitor. We lose a company that did all kinds of unique, crazy, and amazing things, and it's just overall just really sad. And so this video, again, I'm paying my respects, and I kind of want to just share that with everyone. Now, right now, if you don't see me looking directly at the camera, it's because I am streaming this live on twitch.tv/that_tech_kid, and I'm watching myself on OBS. That's why I'm not looking at the camera. So the first phone I'm going to be talking about is going to be the 2017 release LG K20V. So the reason the LG K20V played such an important role in my life is because this phone was the first phone I ever bought with my own money. This phone cost $120 brand new. And so it kind of meant a lot, me being a tech enthusiast. I got my first smartphone, my first real smartphone that I paid for myself. That's why this phone played such a big role in my life. At first, I had an Asus phone, but that phone was not the best, and that wasn't the phone I originally wanted. So I took it back to Verizon at the time, and then I got this phone. Now, the reason this phone appealed to me so much was because of its copper accents. That's basically it. At that time, I wasn't really knowledgeable in the camera, in the specs, the Snapdragons of the world, batteries of the world, but this phone meant a lot to me. And one thing I found out later that I didn't know is that there's a little niblet on the side, and then with the niblet, you're able to take off the back. So that's literally the phone. And the best part, this was in 2017. Not many phones could do this. This is a 2800 milliamp hour battery and a 5 megapixel rear camera. That is all it is. And this phone has 16 gigabytes of storage and 2 gigabytes of RAM. And this was my favorite feature because no other phone would do this that I knew of. And it was so much fun. My friend Wyatt, he actually had the same exact phone as me. And so what we did as, 7th graders, we literally swapped backs. So this is actually Wyatt's plastic back. So, and it's satisfying to take off. This phone has a 5.3 inch 1280 by 720p display. Not the best at all. It's IPS, so it's, yeah. It was released March 23rd in 2017. And again, this is a 5 megapixel rear camera. I don't know what the front one is. The phone reader does not say. And it's got a Qualcomm Snapdragon 425 and 2 gigabytes of RAM. Not a lot in a phone. But this was the cheapest phone I owned. And the first phone I bought with my own money, so I could only afford this one. This was probably the cheapest phone LG even made at that time. and it has 16 gigabytes of storage. I could expand it, yes, with the micro SD, but that's crazy. I had to do that. I had an SD card in there. And so, yeah. Now, something you may notice in the B-roll of this video, there's scratches on the phone. There's scratches on the camera. There's scratches on the fingerprint sensor, on the back, and on the edges. Because I was really curious. I don't do it with any other iPhones, but I wanted to see what this phone was made of. The back lens is plastic, because I can scratch it with my pocket knife. The fingerprint reader / button, the power button, I can scratch it a little bit, and it'll still read the fingerprint just fine. This is probably aluminum. I don't know for sure, but the bottom and the top is aluminum. So there you go. The things Zach tells you and teaches you. So this was my first and only JRig Everything scratch test phone. This phone played an important role because I learned the value of money, and at this point I learned the value of buying things yourself and the satisfaction it gives you. It brings you to do this. That phone means a lot to me, and I absolutely love it. It was a good phone for about a year and a half. The next LG phone that I had, this was another first. The next phone is the LG G7 ThinQ. Why was this phone important to me? This phone was important because after upgrading from my OnePlus 2, which served for a good year and a half as well, the battery is starting to run low. And so, you know what? I need a new phone, as you do. This phone came out in 2018, but I bought this phone brand new in 2019 for $420. This was my first phone for many things. My first dual camera phone, my first notched phone, my first wireless charging phone, and best of all, my first flagship. This phone, when this came out, was in June 1st, 2018, and it had a 6.1 inch 3120 by 1440 display, nice, color accurate, vibrant OLED display. It has 16 megapixel main sensor and a 16 megapixel ultra wide. I absolutely love the ultra wide, and it was amazing. I used it so much. This phone also has a Qualcomm Snapdragon 845, also known as my first flagship, and 4 gigs of RAM, which is still not a lot for an Android, but this phone to me is very underrated. It's sleek, it's slim, it's thin-ish, and it just feels wonderful in the hand. Right now, it is currently wrapped in its retirement skin, which is the D brand carbon fiber skin. But this phone has had 64 gigabytes of storage, which was wonderful to have, and it has a 3,000 milliamp hour battery, and is forever stuck on Android 9. This phone lasted me a good year and a half as well, until I got my OnePlus 8T. And then just the fact that it's aluminum, I think it's aluminum. It might be stainless steel, but I think it's aluminum on the outside. It was USB Type-C, and it was solid. And this phone was so freaking cool. First flagship, I love it, dude. This phone was so cool. First flagship, I wouldn't trade the experience I had this phone for any other phone, because it fit in the hand. It was easy to one-hand type. Like, it was awesome. I love this phone. This phone was really awesome. I mean, that's all I can really say. It was awesome. Like, now for the last phone. The LG Wing. What was this first, you ask? Many. My first extremely unique phone, but the one that makes me so much happier. This is the first phone that I was sent by a company. I reached out to LG, and actually I'm going to bring up the email. The LG Wing was announced on September 14th, 2020. And if you go on my YouTube channel, I have a video where I live reacted to the announcement. And in that video, I am sure you can just hear my excitement. I wanted this phone. This phone was so unique and just so different. It was like I was willing to try anything to get my hands on it. And then, so once I saw Munir, or also you guys know him as Top Tech Geek, I saw him get his LG Wing to review. Then I'm like, you know what? Well, actually, no, back up. Once I saw his unboxing, I saw a little card that had LG CM US. So I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'm giving it a shot. So I emailed them on October 30th, 2020. Keep that date in mind. And I said, ever since I have seen the announcement live stream for the LG Wing, I have been so interested in this phone and would love and have been wanting to do a review over it for so long now. Would it be possible to get a review unit in my studio? I am a much smaller YouTuber, but that does not reflect my passion for technology. And I sent him a link to my YouTube channel. And then Fiona, the rep that helped me out, said, "Hi, thank you for your interest. We have noted your request and will be in touch when we have a review unit." After that email, I was stoked because it says they have noted my request and they will be in touch when, not if, but when they have a review unit for me. So no matter what, I was getting the darn phone, and I was like, oh my gosh, yes, let's do this. This is awesome. That email was sent November 2nd, 2020. So I kept asking for updates after that. November 9th, asked for, because COVID, it took a little while longer. But then eventually, October 30th is when I asked them for a review unit. And then I woke up one morning, did my normal morning stuff, checked my email. January 25th, 2020. So what? October, November, December, January. About 4 months in the making. 4 months of just impatiently waiting. I'll admit I was very impatient, but impatiently waiting, I got this email. Hi. Reaching out to see if you'd like to still check out the LG Wing 5G phone. If you're interested, please see below. Reply back by 5 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow, January 26th, with your full name, mailing address, and phone number. 1 unit per outlet, carrier selection is at random. No tracking information will be shared, and we'll be providing an active test line, and so on. And so I filled out the information, and rest is history. There will be a review on my channel coming very soon. I don't know when, but this phone means a lot to me. This is my first phone I ever got sent a company, and it just goes to show, yes, some companies are stingy, yes. But no matter the size, you can always get something sent to you. I got that sent to me at 100 and maybe 10, maybe 15. I got that email at 110, 115 subs, I think. I'm at 129, 130 right now. I'm fluctuating. Anything is possible, guys. So I just want to say, keep doing what you're doing, and you will get somewhere, okay? Anything is possible. And I'm going to pull up the specs for this phone, just for those that aren't knowledgeable of it. knowledgeable of it. It's this phone was released on October 15th, 2020. Phone has a 6.8 inch 2460 by 1080p display. It is OLED, it is curved, it is wonderful. It has a 64 megapixel triple camera and a 32 megapixel front camera. It is a budget phone, kind of, sort of. Not really budget phone, but it's got a budget processor of the Snapdragon 765G and 8 gigabytes of RAM. 256 gigabytes of storage, 4,000 milliamp-hour battery, and Android 10. Those are the basic specs. I'll leave each of these the spec sheets down in the description down below, so you guys can check them out for yourself. This phone, again, was the first phone a phone company sent me. This phone shows that I do have a future as long as I keep going with this. I will get somewhere in the tech space, no matter how long it takes me. But this is an LG video, not a video about me. So, I just want to say, LG, we all know it was going to happen at some point, and we appreciate you trying, but you will be missed by young creators, old creators, successful creators, creators that are starting to grow. You will be missed by everyone in the tech space. But I just want to say thank you for giving me this wonderful experience in the tech industry, in the tech YouTube content creation site world, whatever. We know it had to be done at some point. So I just want to say good luck for the future. Peace.